Welcome to Lyrics That Do the Talking with your host, Ryan Kelly Berkowitz. This evening, or this morning, this afternoon, whenever you happen to be watching, we are diving into Bein Green. One of my favorite songs. I've done a Muppet song here, and this is a more well-known Muppet song. Green is my favorite color, and dare I say, I think Kermit is my favorite Muppet. Muppets have always given me joy. Joe Raposo wrote this one. I want to give you a little bit of backstory. I actually did not know there's controversy. There's controversy sometimes with songs, especially in the writing process, when certain people think that they should be credited, when they think that their name should be included in, you know, who wrote the lyrics, who wrote the music. They told Raposo, we need a song for the frog. We need like a contemplative song. They're saying how first, like, Kermit is sort of ambivalent about his color because, like, the lyrics suggest that he blends in with so many other things in the world, and I don't think he thinks that he is a standout enough character. Then in the bridge he has this realization that no, it's like an epic color and it's associated with all these tremendous things and concepts, and yeah. And so many people have recorded it, Ray Charles and Frank Sinatra. So the deal was John Stone approached Raposo to write the tune, and he sort of walked him through the landmines of where he wanted the song to go. And I think he was the only other person in the room when the song was like mapped out, but on the actual sheet music, it's indicated words and music by Joe Raposo. Like, it doesn't say specifically what Stone might have contributed, and as a songwriter, I mean, you can discuss concepts till the cows come home. I don't know, like, if you're not responsible for the actual words that are in the song and the music, like I said, I don't know what. It's very intriguing. I don't know exactly if Stone came up with a line or some melody here and there. I don't know, but they said that it sparked one of the biggest disagreements in like songwriting history. John Stone's failure to call Raposo on claiming full credit kindled one of the worst marital disagreements John and Beverly Stone ever had. So I guess John might have had the opportunity to say, hey, why don't you give me a credit on this tune? I mean, your publishing is huge, right? Because when you register with one of the big three, you register with ASCAP or CSAC or BMI, they're in charge of keeping track of where your music plays, and then they give you money for when you should get money. I mean, you put the piece out there. You think back to the days of Mozart, there was no protection for him. Mozart isn't copywritten, just like Shakespeare isn't copywritten. I mean, you could steal Mozart and there's no repercussions. People talk about how things should be equal and there shouldn't be such a hubbub around publishing money and whatnot, and the writer's share. And no, you should really protect the writer. I mean, writers do a lot of hammering away at creating what they think is the best and only syllables that could fit in a line, you know? Especially when lyrics come into play. There are only so many chords you can play. So I could see how you would mistakenly, it's just something that's just like buried in the back of your head, and you would just maybe not even realize, and you would just sort of put somebody else's melody a little bit, or shadow it, or echo it, and melodically many things are derivative. But lyrics, I mean, if you discuss a concept of the song, like, we want the song to do this, and then you don't actually write the line, that's not really, I don't know what happened. So I'm like, I don't know what happened. Does anybody know what happened? What happened? This is a tearjerker. Oh, it's also saying that how could this simple frog woo Miss Piggy? I always thought it was the other way around. I always thought it was Piggy who was always trying to be good enough for Kermit. He's sort of like, I feel like Kermit is like Spencer Tracy, everyman, you know, of the Muppet kingdom. Maybe he also, that prompted him to think that he wasn't like dazzling enough for Piggy. It could be used to depict like you know, negative things like green with envy, or like the color of money, which is, I don't know, money is always associated with negativity. I'd like some more of it. You know, green can mean go, like a traffic light, or green can mean like wet behind the ears, not experienced. It could be used to describe like a new attorney, just very, very fresh, someone totally inexperienced, somebody who could be taken for a ride. And it's written in kind of a way that's very conversational. It's like he's talking to the best songs, or the best delivery of songs, or the best people that can that can deliver a song, can make it seem like they're talking just to you. And the fact that this hair is driving me nuts. Did I just kill it, or did I help it? Did I kill it? Did I help it? Did I just give myself a comb over? Who knows? So do I look like a Muppet? Does it work? Does it work? The best songs and the best interpreters of songs are the people that can make you think, because in their head, in their acting process, in their head, they're really, when you deliver a song really well, you're really just talking to one person. Your best friend, or your lover, or your mom, or your dad, or your teacher, or somebody that you can't stand. It's it's very singular, specific intention. I mean, there've been many incarnations of Kermit. Many people have taken over the role. Obviously, my favorite Kermit is Jim Henson's Kermit. So let's just go through the lyric. My very, very favorite line of the lyrics, and it's definitely the section, it could make you wonder why, but why wonder, why wonder? And you can flip that in your delivery of, you could say, why wonder, and wonder why. And it's just like, there are two words that can be inverted and the meaning becomes completely different. And I just think Raposo has such a command of words and the way that they, you know, infect our heads. And that's my favorite section of the song right there. It's not that easy being green. Already we have sort of a weird throw in, like he threw in, it's not that easy being green. I would have written, it's not easy being green, but he like put a little fly in the ointment for, a fly. He got something right from the beginning that's a little bit like out of a standard, for me, like a standard like rhythm. It's not that easy being green, and it's great. It makes it so special from the get-go. Having to spend each day the color of the leaves. Again, green is my favorite color, and I love the color of the leaves. I may even like that lacquer green that the leaves get better than the flowers that bloom. I also love when the leaves turn to auburn and all the fall colors. I've always been fascinated with the seasons and trees, and Joe Raposo just does an immediately fantastic job of summoning up imagery that we all can gravitate to, right? Having to spend each day the color of the leaf. There's a lot of leaves and there's a lot of trees. So right away from the jump, it's a person who thinks that they're nothing special, or a Muppet who thinks that they're Muppet special. The Muppet who thinks he's nothing special, and it's so ironic because Kermit is so incredibly special. I have my Kermit Muppet behind the screen. Oh, I have a little. Wait a second. I have so many Kermits. I can't do this tune without hold my little Kermit. I love Kermit so much. It's just such a symbol of what could be, and you know, how to treat people, and what are the Muppets called? Just like an ambassador for humanity, ambassadors for humanity. Like that's what Kermit means to me. So right, it's not that easy being green, having to spend each day the color of the leaves, when I think it could be nicer being red or yellow or gold or something more colorful like that. Odd, because I've always thought green is like a really poppy color, and gold I feel like is more muted. It's like words and colors and everything registers different, like with every person. I mean, there's that whole theory of I think therefore I am with the philosophes. Just, is this red your red? I know what I mean. I can describe the crap out of red, right? And it could still be not what you have in your soul and in your head as red. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So I actually think that green is more poppy than yellow or gold, but that's just me. It's my favorite color. When I think it could be nicer being red or yellow or gold or something more colorful like that. Let's put him there. It's not easy. He took out the that. It's not easy being green. It's like it's more of a commitment. It seems you blend in with so many other ordinary things. Again, what is ordinary and what is extraordinary? There's a great song called I'm Glad There Is You, and one of the lyrics goes, in this world of ordinary people, extraordinary people, and I usually sing it, and most singers sing it, extraordinary people, I'm glad there is you. And it's all like the eye of the beholder. What is your ordinary and what is your extraordinary? It's very singular and personal. It's not easy being green. It seems you blend in with so many ordinary things. It's so conversational. It's such a private moment. It's very Shakespearean and very soliloquy, like he's having this realization, and it changes throughout the course of the song, which is what makes a song great. You start off here and you go here and you end there, and as I always say, it's a little 3-act play. Have we even noticed a rhyme yet? Have we noticed Raposa's rhyme? It's not easy. It's not that easy being green, having to spend each day the color of the leaves. E and leave, that's a rhyme. It's not a true rhyme. When I think it could be nicer being red or gold or something much more colorful like that. No, there's not really, there's nothing jumping out you at like true rhyme, just so conversational. It's not easy being green. He takes out the that. It seems you blend in with so many other ordinary things, and people tend to pass you over because you're not standing out like flashy sparkles in the water or stars in the sky. It's so strange because I'm so drawn to frogs and anything green and little turtles, and I'm always looking for, I guess, the things that blend in. So I don't think that they blend in at all because they're tiny and wonderful and mysterious and in a world of their own. So again, I don't relate to it as it's like the opposite of sparkly or the opposite of making a statement or the opposite of something popping. I love the color so much, but that makes sense. I mean, it's a camouflagey color. You know, if you wanted to hide from someone or from the world, you could go outside into the meadow or tall grass or among the trees of the forest being green, and I guess no one would see you. You could make your getaway in green. It seems you blend in with so many ordinary things, and people tend to pass you over because you're not standing out like flashy sparkles in the water or stars in the sky. And the water is, it's funny because when you think of like, I mean, the earth is mostly water and water is blue, and that's, you could think of the blue being the ordinary color, but I guess he's talking about the way that, and that has more to do with the element than the actual color, right? The way that the light reflects and refracts and refracts off the water, where he's very matted. He's very matted. But green is the color of spring, and green can be cool and friendly like, and green can be big as an ocean, or important like a mountain, or tall like a tree. And it's interesting because it's Kermit's song. He assigns things opposite of him as having importance because he's so small. So anything that's big, a tree, a mountain, an ocean, and where, I mean, very, very small things can have just as much significance as grand, tremendous, huge things. So it's, again, it's like the eye of who you're looking at. When you're talking about yourself, I guess you're so used to, if you're having like a depressed moment or you're down on yourself, maybe you would go to the negativity and the things of like, yeah, well, wait a second. wait a minute, green. Green is associated with this, and green could be this, and I should really flip the way he's like yin-yanging himself, almost, you know what I mean? Which is absolutely brilliant. Because he's heady, but then he's like, gets into his heart and he realizes, oh no, I'm pretty fierce. Okay, when green is all there is to be, bee does rhyme with tree from the stanza before. It could make you wonder why. Now he's going to flip it. But why wonder? Why wonder? I am green and it'll do fine. And he uses like a small fine is like a very understated word too, to go with Kermit's character. It's beautiful, and I think it's what I want to be. Yeah, not rhyme-wise. You don't even notice there's really not all that many true rhymes in here. It's so conversational, and just like you could be talking on the phone to your friend. It's almost not, it's not song-like at all. It's such a deep reflection and soliloquy of what you think of yourself. And then he gives us the big rhyme, the big true rhyme at the end, from stanza to stanza, or tall like a tree. When green is all there is to be, he can't change his color. Right. It can make you wonder why, but why wonder? Why wonder? I am green and it'll do fine. It's beautiful, and I think it's what I want to be. And he uses something I wouldn't do, but he repeats that be. And normally I would harp on that, well, that's a cheat, but it's not, because I don't even notice it. When green is all there is to be, he gives us that first line in the last phrase. And then he says, it's beautiful, and I think it's what I want to be. It takes me so by surprise. I'm not expecting it. And it's absolutely beautiful. All right, I'm going to read it with some intention now and let it, yeah. I've been holding back the tears. It's not that easy being green. Having to spend each day the color of the leaves, when I think it could be nicer being red or yellow or gold or something much more colorful like that. It's not easy being green. It seems you blend in with so many other ordinary things, and people tend to pass you over because you're not standing out like flashy sparkles in the water or stars in the sky. But green is the color of spring, and green can be cool and friendly like, and green can be big like an ocean, or important like a mountain, or tall like a tree. When green is all there is to be, it could make you wonder why, but why wonder? Why wonder? I'm green and it'll do fine. It's beautiful. And I think it's what I want to be. So lovely. Thank you, Joe Raposo. Thank you. Originally sung by Jim Henson. Wow. First aired on Sesame Street, Season 1, Episode 87. And has since been covered and duetted many times. Once again in the song, Kermit the Frog explains that while it's not easy being green, it's what he wants to be. Beautiful song. I haven't sung it in a while. What a gorgeous song. Thank you for watching Lyrics That Do the Talking with your host, Ryan Kelly Berkowitz. Pleasure to analyze this song. And he's so talented, Joe Raposo. He's so talented at writing things that like the every man or the every woman could just think of in their head, and then he gets it to sound so fresh and so new, and that it's special enough for Kermit to sing. I mean, that says it all. Thank you again for watching.